welcome back. Today I've come to one of the most beautiful places in the world here in southern Thailand. This is Koh Phanyee, and it's home to a floating village, a very interesting historical area, but I'm here to play football on the most beautiful football pitch on the planet. It is literally beneath my feet, as you can see, and it's floating next to the village. And in the evenings, they come here, they play football, and I've been wanting to tick this off my bucket list. I've been dreaming of playing football here, but there's a problem. It's Ramadan, and as you can see behind me, there's a mosque. This entire village is a Muslim village, okay? So are they gonna turn up? Is anyone gonna wanna play when they're fasting during the daylight hours? Doesn't look like it. Might be the shortest video I've ever made. Let me show you how I got here. I'll give you a tour of the island, and then I'll meet you back here at sunset, where I'm still hoping someone's gonna turn up. There is a bloke over there, but he just came here to fly his drone, and he doesn't like football, but that's fine. Enjoy the video. To reach this island, it's a little bit tricky, as you can imagine. Of course, the island is popular and tourists do visit the island during the day, but only as part of an island hopping tour based out of Phuket. And since I wanted to commute there with the locals nice and early, I had to track down a much more local form of transport. This longtail boat took me and a few locals from the island of Koh Phanyee, which I'd been staying in, and the ride over was absolutely stunning. And after 30 minutes of cruising the Phang Nga Bay, the island came into sight. Okay, welcome to Koh Phanyee. I've literally just got my longtail boat here. And there's an old fella, and he just told me, bungalow, bungalow, and I said, yeah, I think so. I only think there's one hotel or guest house, so I'm hoping that this is the right place. Obviously, the island itself is very unique, and you might be wondering how this place came to be. Well, in a nutshell, the people of Koh Phanyee primarily trace their roots back to Malaysia. Back in the 18th century, there was some Malay fishermen who were enjoying the bay. However, they got struck down by a very big, almighty storm. They decided to seek refuge next to this big limestone rock, and they actually enjoyed it so much that they stayed in the area and started to create a community. And over the next few hundred years, they stayed here due to the calm nature of the waters, the ample fish stocks, and the access to the mainland for supplies. So I have been to this island, Koh Phanyee, once before. Came here with the lovely Miss P and Michael during our little tour of southern Thailand on the way down to Phuket. But like 99.9% of the people who visit Koh Phanyee, it's very brief, and it's part of a multiple stop island tour. You know, if you're doing the James Bond island tour, obviously during the day, it's gonna get busy with tourists coming from Phuket, coming from all over. They're gonna come and visit, they're gonna come and have lunch, they're gonna come and buy souvenirs. But in the afternoon, we'll have this after hours. And I think that's where this video will come into its own. Over 1,500 people call this village their home. Almost all of them are Muslim, and almost all of them love football. Sounds like a great place to be, doesn't it? At what age did we start walking with our hands behind our back? Because I've started to do it, and this gentleman seems like he's perfected the art. I wonder what time the boat trips start to arrive. They're all setting up. Okay, thank you. I definitely feel like I'm gonna get lost without this man. If I go explore, I don't know how I'm gonna find the guest house or whatever. So once you walk through the high street with all the souvenir stores and restaurants, we've now made it to the other side. It seems more residential here. This seems to be just full of houses that are all on stilts, all floating here. Everyone's coloured it different colours. You've got bright pink here. This house looks like it's still under renovation. You can see how they're built, right? Just on these stilts. And then you've got, you know, the local corner shop. I feel bad because I'm super early, way before check-in, but there's not much I can do. There was only one boat coming here. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. He's just walking off now, bless him. I gave him 20 baht, bless him. Okay, I'm checking in, and I think he's gonna let me check in early, so that's really nice. This is the outside. There's a gorgeous little veranda here, and we're just watching the sea eagles doing their morning hunt. Let me see, did he catch anything? Not yet. Oh, there's loads of them. I can already tell that this is going to be a fantastic stay. I have a very basic room. It was 1,350 baht, and they do have 9 rooms in total. 3 of them are the sea view, so they're probably obviously more expensive. But I just thought this is the kind of place that you just want somewhere to dump your bag and to sleep safely. You don't need any luxury or anything, because the adventure is the floating village and exploring and having a look around. It seems very much like your typical village, other than the fact that it's floating, because you've got varied different types of housing. You've got, you know, stuff like this, which is literally just made out of sheet metal and wood. So you would imagine someone with, like, you know, lower income would live in that kind of a house. But then there's also like some nice houses that are getting built or renovated with concrete and nice design. So it's all walks of life here. We've even got chickens who seem very relaxed. Hello. Oh, I've never stroked a cock like this before. I don't know many villages that let you walk into the school. This is the school. The kids are actually in the classrooms learning. They've got a beautiful mural on the wall of the village. You can see the mosque, the floating houses and the beautiful limestone. That's cool. I just want to come down and just at least walk on the pitch first, you know, to get the lay of the ground. Because I don't know if it's going to wobble and move. And this is awesome. I'm on the football pitch. I've always dreamt of coming here. A quick message to say thank you to Squarespace for continuing their support for next level adventures and for enabling you to create a professional looking presence online in 2024 by building a website using Squarespace. Whether you need to build a website to start selling products or services, or you want to make a professional looking blog, Squarespace have never made it more easy for you to do so, thanks to their brand new easy to use drag and drop editor, which just makes it a breeze to customize the website to fit your exact needs. And if you need extra help, then just head to their incredible help center. Over there you can find detailed guides that will talk you through any problems that you might have. So just head to Squarespace today and actually build the website completely for free. And you'll see how fun and easy it is to use their editor. And then when you're ready to go live, head to squarespace.com/Paddy Doyle and you'll get 10% off your first domain or website. The surface is made from plastic. And then they have, it's kind of like a 5-a-side setup. Obviously, if you miss, you're jumping in and getting the ball. This goal is slightly bigger than that goal. So you do have an advantage shooting this way. Okay, we're coming up to the mosque. Seems like everybody has a pet bird. Hello. How are you? Hello, mate. Oh, didn't see you down there. Exploring the floating village this early
is such a great thing because the tours haven't had a chance to stop here, and as you can see, this time of day is when the locals who live here on the island spend time away from their souvenir stalls to explore, do their morning shopping, and to do important errands.
This is cool. Let's guess what football team they support on this island. Sometimes I forget just how many trophies Liverpool have won. You've got the Champions League, Europa Cup, FIFA World Cup, Premier League, FA Cup. Wait, that's the Europa League, isn't it? What's this one? If you know what that one is, let me know. I thought that was the Europa, but I'm pretty sure that's the Europa. And then this is the Carabao Cup, but I think it was called the Carling Cup when they painted this, even though it looks brand new. If they don't support Liverpool, they support Man United in Thailand. That's the general rule. Hello.
And as I explored, I actually found something I'd never seen before, and that was actually a tiny plot of land at the base of the limestone cliff. Not enough to build much on, but interestingly, it was large enough for them to build a cemetery. It seems like those who die on the island can be buried here. They even have little ornaments or stone markers where the dead are laid to rest. Something very unique, and yeah, I had no idea they had a cemetery here. I continued my morning stroll. I found a local seafood restaurant and ordered a little bit of lunch. And then, when the tour boats started to arrive and the island streets became a little bit busier, I decided to seek refuge back at my homestay, chat with the owners there, and just enjoy a little bit of downtime away from the crowds and the midday heat. With most of the islanders practicing Ramadan, I wasn't sure what kind of activity would greet me later on the football pitch, and if anyone would actually join me. Remember, Ramadan means no food or water during daylight hours, so I wasn't really hoping out for much. So let's pick things back up in the afternoon and see if anyone turns up.
Okay, so it's late in the afternoon, it's 4:30, and as you can see, I have a ball and I have a pitch, but I don't have anyone to play with. So, obviously it's Ramadan, so they're not allowed to eat or drink anything, including water, during the daylight hours. And I don't see any lights, so I don't think they play at nighttime instead. So I'm praying that some brave souls or people who aren't practicing the Ramadan will see me kicking the ball around and maybe join me. Can I tick this off my bucket list? If no one turns up. I can't actually believe it, and I did not do that on purpose, but I missed from 2 yards out. I literally missed, and I kicked the ball in the sea. I don't know if the drone got it. I was doing keepy ups, and then I thought, oh, I'll just have a quick shot. And from 2 yards I missed, and now the ball's floating. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the World Cup final. England versus Brazil. And it's Doyle taking the last penalty. Is he gonna score? We're here at the floating stadium in Southern Thailand. Here he goes, he steps up, he gives the keeper the what for. Here he goes. It's in the back of the net. And England win the World Cup again. Second time. suppose one of the added benefits of accidentally kicking the ball off the pitch is I get to go on a little kayaking trip to go get the ball. Hi. I'm okay, how are you? Oh, okay. Sometimes, when things don't quite pan out as you'd hoped, you need to find the alternative and find the beauty in the moment. So yeah, sure, nobody turned up for my game of football. That's fine. But I do get to enjoy sunset with this incredible view. Hello, hello, hello. And I get to just do this for probably another 15 minutes before the sun goes behind that hill. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's a little exploration into a very unique part of Thailand. And it's been a pleasure to come here and spend more than just an hour on a little boat tour, but to stay overnight. And I'm going to enjoy this sunset and dream of playing football here with a group of friends in the future, maybe. In the next video, I'm not sure where I'm going, so let's just see what happens.
Crab
อร่อยไหม
อร่อย อร่อยจริงๆ